So welcome everybody, and the reason why I'm going to continue on doing this Zoom for those who like to join is to have a place for conversations, so that people can share, exchange, investigating ideas and solve problems. And so we want to focus on technical stuff, nothing personal. And so that is how I plan for this Zoom. And so hope that more people will join later on who have the same ideas on what we want to do. And so yeah, also please mute your mic if you are not using, so that when people talk, don't get distracted. So today is the first time. Okay, so we have our new friend here, Nimjo here. And so you guys are free to share, okay, or to ask question, or to bring up questions, so that we can discuss here.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you. Thank you for inviting me. I've been following all you guys for a while now, so it's been good to learn from what you have shared. Thanks a lot. I live in the south of Spain. I've been studying Wing Chun for about maybe 4 years now, and I was originally very interested in the history part of, as well as practicing, of course, the art, but really interested in the history and the gaps in history and the myths which were involved. A lot of people were talking myths and these things, and so I was wanted to discover more and more.
So do you have any questions you want to ask me on the history or so forth?
I'm sure they will arise after the conversation, but maybe the other guys who have more experience, maybe a little bit more confidence, I would like to listen to them a little bit, and then maybe I can ask a question.
Okay. So anybody want to ask anything or share something?
Hello, everyone. Hi, Hendrik.
Hi.
So I have a question that always comes to my mind because I'm from a 1960s Wing Chun background. As we know from technical evidence now, that in Wing Chun, we shouldn't tangle hands. So tangling hands is really bad because we have no clashes, we have no blocks, we have to follow General Chi Guan's way. So the Chi Sau practice that's being done in the 1960s Wing Chun, how is the correct way to do the Chi Sau? Because, you know, as it is done today, it's all about tangling hands and following and chasing hands. I've been very curious about that matter, if it's easy to answer on the video.
It is easy to answer a video, but this is open up another can of worm. And it start here. Let me grab the book. If you read the Wing Chun Inception, the Kun Kut, the writing, YC12, it says that circle outward, circle inward, pick and stack is often used. So in the ancient, the Chi Sau is doing in the circular way. Okay. Now, so this four thing circle outward, circle inward, upward, and downward. This 4 circle actually is the entry of Wing Chun, 1850. You are not going to go Tan and or any techniques and go enter that. You cannot do that because you don't know what your opponent is going to do. So the ancient Wing Chun is using this circle in. While its circle get in, one hand can strike. If this is resisted, guess what? It turns into the another angle, another directions. So the Chi Sau is for entry. And how you change when you meet resistance. And of course, the idea is do not block, do not resist. But you need to still cover your body when you get in. So like example, I throw you a jab because I want to do a say a hook or uppercut. There's a strategy, the way usually people pay. For Wing Chun is when it get into the testing or the testing the water or you want to get in, it always is circle in first because circle is easy to change directions. So there is a saying like a spear, right? Like spearing. You circle the spear. You circle a spear and then you can twist it to spear in. Or you circle another way to spear in. Well, that is what? Going out like it is a tan, but tan is not performed this way. It is performed in a circle way. Fork is performed in the circle way where you see, I'm behind the hand. I go away, I move away. This is a circle hand. So that is how Chi Sau is. You have to prepare for yourself to entry. Like the other day, I show the sample of Wing Chun 1850. Remember, I attack from one side and I go another side going in. Well, everything is circle. Now that is what you practice in ancient because you want to get entry. You want to be able to change when you touch him. But you never standing there doing a direct stuff. Okay? You cannot change. When you go forward like that, your structure go forward like that, you cannot change. So that's why in the Queen Kut, you say that circle outward, circle inward, you always want to use because it's always circle back and forth while you're changing your body. Circle upward and circle downward. This is the chop, the pick and chop. Okay? In the Chinese, it's called pi gua. Okay? If you cannot, so for example, okay? For example, if I want to take you down, which is in the one of the in the what do you call it? Kung Fu 1560 in my book, Qi Qi Guang. If I want to take you down, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to circle upward. You're going to move back, shift back, right? That's where I'm going down. So you go upward and downward. You see what I'm talking about, Joe?
Yeah, it's clear.
So it's like the ancient story of Wing Chun is real. It's always like a boomerang. It shoot you one way, it cut you, or the sickle, you go one way, you come back another way. That is the uniqueness of Wing Chun in ancient. And you need to practice that every day on the circling. Circling doesn't mean that I circle here, stand here and circle. No, I move in and circle. So you see a spiral going in and spiral going back. It is a 3D move. Okay.
And it involves always momentum, changing momentum. It's not
It-
about
it
standing
always-
still and being static.
It always like that. So that's very different than today's Chi Sau, which I honestly I don't know what they are trying to do. Okay, I have no idea because it may mean something for somebody, but it dislocate from Qi Ji Guang and the 1850s and the Shaolin sword strike. Because say if I want to go attack say Daniel, I'm not going to go straight like that in. Of course, I can bait him with a jab and the straight stuff, but I don't have to. Okay, I can move in like that, but I turn sideways to circle like this. If he resists me, I can turn on the other side right away. I slips in. Daniel, you got what I'm talking about?
Yes, yes, I do.
So
Because
what,
yes, the way I do it in my teaching. So when I give lessons, it's the way the way you already showed it. We just circle around with the hands and circle back and try to find gaps and go in and change and we move also. We don't stand still. So we try to go in by circling and move the arms away or doing attacks. I mean, there are so many things one can do. I mean, it's
okay.
but it's not like the way you used to, Joe. It's like because I understand Joe's question because he thinks, or we all think, or we used to think that when we do Chi Sau, we all were used to chase hands and do Pak Sau punch and do attack with a Fox and this, all that stuff, and have an answer to all the attacks. And but in a realistic way, it doesn't work because it's different. It's all about momentum, so it doesn't work that way. So if you want to train a little and go and try the circling, Hendrik already mentioned, it's really good, and it's you feel free. You don't have to chase hands.
So
That's
when you
what I want
square
to
off,
state.
when you square off, you're not going to put your hand up. You're going to put it here.
Right.
But when you move in, you want to circle in. You got what I'm talking
What
about?
I meant is, yes, what I meant is when we do it with a partner, so
Yeah.
both touch hands and circle around.
So another thing is when you square off like in a fight or sparring, you want to put your hand up for guarding. Nobody
Yes.
asks you to put your hand out there. But
No.
when you get in, it's like a cannonball. You don't shoot straight,
Yes.
you spin in. The ball is a spin ball, okay? And then there is left and right spinning, up, down, 3D, and up and down spinning like in the Wing Chun Inception. You look at this,
Yes.
you see he is pushing him upward, and then he's going to take down, going down and take. Okay, so if you don't have that, you cannot play three-dimensional. But then it get into more complicated. Why? Can you breathe? How do you handle your intra-abdominal pressure? Because you need the stability down there on the fly, on the run. So that's why structure cannot support this. So you know, whoever have their idea on the whatever other stuff, you know, they might have their reason to do whatever. But if we talk about Xin Qi Ji Guang, all this thing is spinning. So even if you look at like our friend Hong Seng Choi Lei Fa, who is the same with Wing Chun in the battlefield of 1850s, you see everything spinning up and down. And you look at the, say, for example, the Hong Seng Choi Lei Fa, your body, you have to handle your intra-abdominal pressure for stabilize your core and so forth. And that's realistic fighting.
Yes. Can I say something to it?
Sure. Please.
So, I mean, it's just a question. Just a question to you guys. When you did Chi Sau, right? So you were always chasing hands. How long did it last that you were out of breath? So it was just right away after 2-3 minutes, or just not even a minute. Why? Because you're chasing hands, and while you start chasing hands, you get stressed, and when you get stressed, you don't breathe, and you get out of breath. This is my experience. I don't know how you guys experience it, but that's you've always been stressed because looking for hands, you're not. It's not possible. But if you move, dodge, and go in and try to yes, go away from dodge away the strike, or yes, that's a lot easier. You can breathe and you don't feel stressed. This is my experience, and since I don't do that, I feel better because I move my body, because it's more natural. It's not natural chasing hands, because it's not. It looks good. Looks like in a movie, but in reality, it doesn't work. I mean,
No.
there's nobody who says let's touch hands and then we start to fight. Nobody does that.
Now you ask the questions.
Yeah.
While the saying of Wing Chun is proper, the saying of Wing Chun today, not chasing hand. But you don't train that. How to not chasing hand? You train chasing hand because everybody learned from movie. Now, the issue is this. If other people are going to punch you, are you going to go using your whatever technique to block, or you just move away the target they want to strike you? Which is more
moving away, yeah.
Which is more making sense? If somebody is going to punch you, are you going to move away your target, or you want to stand there with your target there, and then with your hand, if your hand cannot get it, you're going to get hit? And then you assume that you have the Chi Sau, and then all your energy, everything. You know, anybody who tried, like yesterday, I shared the Xi Xiaodong stuff. Okay, if he's still here, I show you. You want to play your Tan Bong Fuk. Look at this. He just get into your body and you're over. Am I right?
Totally, yeah.
So that's why he don't even come in straight. So that's why your Chi Sau 1850 is like, if you're coming like that, you want to spin on another way. While in this thing, you see that if you go to the video, you look at it carefully, think how go straight like that. When you go spin and Xi Xiaodong go fight sideways, he cannot do it and get this close, and the entire thing disabled. So you want structure? Sure, everybody is free to choose whatever it is, but it's become already very impractical thing.
It's only like a good activity inside one school. This is what happens usually. They do it as a fun activity, but it doesn't work. Yeah.
You know, this is a reality. So if you're a Wing Chuner, you fight Xi Xiaodong again, you're going to expect this to happen, right? Because they know how to take you down, how to destroy you. Now, what is your solution for this? This has been there since 2018. If you don't know the solution, still living in the movie, you know what you got. Am I right? That's how serious it is. You know, I'm not here to jab on anybody. I'm saying that the enemy know you. He know how to get to you. But you leave the thing 4 years along, nobody's talk anything about it. You don't even know how he come in.
I'd like to ask a question, if that's possible.
Sure, please.
Like 80% of fights, they probably end up very close to each other. So at what point is 1850s Chi Sau involved? As in, are we using this when we are close, really close? You know, are we using this when we're stuck to the other person?
1850s Chi Sau is body close. All the techniques, the Keizang, the shoulder strike, everything, and even you have more, your knee strike, your hip strike, your shoulder strike come in. It's not standing a mile away, put your hand out there. No. This hand, if I go Chi Sau, I spin in, this hand, this Keizang will be in your chest already. The next thing will be the elbow come, and then by what you don't see is my knees down your there already. That is the Chi Sau range. Okay.
Okay.
And then there are two things there. Again, in the book. That's why this is important. In part 1 of the Xiu Lim Tao set, the beginning, the Y3, right away it said that tripping, okay, trip. To make a guy fall, there are two ways. One is tripping, another way is throwing. So in Chinese, the throwing is you write the character with a hand on the side. Chinese character. Tripping is the foot on the side. So in the 1850 Xiu Lim Tao Kit, it write very clearly. You have like a tip fall, okay? And then you get strike and kick, and then you got the throw with your hand and your butt, those kind of thing, and then with your lock. Your Chi Sao have to have all those, or else you cannot play. Now I'm not saying that I know it all. It is written here, and it is matching this. And the Shaolin short strike, if you don't have it, you cannot play it. 460 years ago, it's like that already. So that's a reality. If you have that, can you play Xi Xiaodong? You probably lost to Xi Xiaodong, maybe due to a lot of things, but Xi Xiaodong will know that it is not a fake traditional Chinese martial art. He have to pay his price too. Right? Who's going to say that if you learn something, you're going to always win? None. But at least you cover the entire thing. And you can see exactly what it is. Now, so that's why I said, I show this. What is your solution? Do you know the problem? Do you know they're going to charge in? Can your Chi Sao solve that problem? Of course not. Look at his body leaning in. Isn't his body lean in? How can your structure sustain? What?
He's leaning back, so he's obviously it's not correct. He's receiving him on the back foot, leaning back. You know, he's
many people say that, oh, in the like the Biu Ji said, like the Cham Kyu said, you put your weight on the behind. Your enemy, your opponent know exactly your weakness. And yet, if you don't know your weakness, what the heck are you trying to do? You're going to fight a war like that? Putting your army out there without training them? So this is how serious the thing. So you know, the entire thing is like that. So our time up today, you know. So 40 minutes already. So I'm not here to pick at people, but like yesterday I said, we need to have a clear mind. You need to know what you're facing. It is the water of the Wing Chun is really deep. If we don't want to investigate and bring it back, and we just keeping defending lineage or this grandmaster, that grandmaster, nonsense, where you couldn't even address the solutions to fight Xi Xiaodong, what do you have? This is reality. You like it or not, you like me or not, this is a reality. Am I right? If say other martial art group facing this, do you think that overnight they're going to scratch their head how I'm going to counter this? So this is for you guys today. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Bye.
much,
Yeah.
Hendrik. Bye. Thanks, guys.
Bye.